right, Brian Rene Trottier with the red flag. Pointing to the line, this is the first 250 moto here from Joliette. Great shot from the back here, the boys. A couple of mechanics getting them ready, a little fanning.
That's it, the mist is starting to lift, the humidity setting in big time. Blair Morgan, national number 2. Look at that beautiful Blackfoot livery on his helmet.
Trottier to 5 as we head back to the line. Brian, let's bring a few 250s into the living room here. Here we go. Come flying around that corner. He got a great stuff, but look at this, Marco Dube again with the shot.
Cat-like reflexes for Dube. He is definitely the whole shot master of this series. Treadwell, we got DeHaan in fourth.
Looks like Dube starting to open up the gap. Look at this pack of 5 riders battling it out for second place. Looks like Juan leads the pack right now, Brian.
Well, we've also got Blair Morgan and Chad Pedersen duking it out in the top 10. Oh, and one of our KTM riders looks like he landed really hard on the bars.
DeHaan, as you said, Brian, with a great start. He moves into third place past Treadwell. Dube looks like he's trying to open up the gap a little bit. Juan's not getting off the gas.
Juan's not in a big hurry. This is the first lap into that beautiful step up. Nobody can really clear that, so they land and then bounce again. Very technical, but you really see how the track started to get nice out there.
Looks like Morgan had moved into fourth place, so he's going to have to work up on DeHaan. Juan's made up some ground as they get through the Garnet corner on Dube. Yes, there's Morgan right behind DeHaan.
This is a familiar scenario. Dube being stalked by Juan. We've seen this many, many times throughout the season, Mark.
Well, we haven't, and we all know how good Dube is in the whoops. Let's get back to DeHaan and Morgan. Look at the line for Morgan as he blows by DeHaan.
DeHaan got a little bit of a swamp there. Everyone trying to keep an even throw to stay on top of those whoops. One ball and it throws off your whole rhythm for the rest of the section, so Morgan capitalizing on DeHaan.
Well, it's no surprise yesterday in practice, Morgan was by far the fastest in the whoops. We get back to the X40 rhythm cam. There goes Treadwell Machine Racing. Factory Phil Lawrence blast through.
You can see some good battle shaping up. Dube and Juan taking completely opposite sides of the track. See all the rest. Look at these lines they're taking. Oh, Juan could have brake checked Dube, but he opted not to. Left him some room there. That could have been a nasty collision.
Oh, Dube was on the gas, but he took that high line. You're right. Really got on the gas and got some great drive coming out of that corner. But look at this Morgan in tow. A 3-pack of Hondas. Brian, Hondas are dominating this series this year. There's no question about it.
Blackfoot, a super strong team. They've got Juan, Morgan, and Israel. Morgan and Juan always up front. Dube on that Diablo Honda, they're really holding up the honor, as well as his teammate DeHaan. Those guys have all been on fire this year.
Well, let's remember that Dube is on that 450. Boy, he's
off the back. See that?
That guy, I'm telling you what, he's got great balance, and he is not afraid to get on the gas. Look at the pressure that Juan's putting on him, though. That's when you're going to see the mistakes. A guy that's got great focus, though, is not going to look back, maintain his drive. He's going to be able to hold off that charge.
There goes Dube. Juan has a big moment. Look at the skid mark on the track. A huge one.
Oh, look at that. Dube with the big pancake whip off the top. Does Juan up on the outside? No way. Floor banger hooking up.
That's a pretty brazen move up front with Juan right under your heel. Pancakes it sideways. Gives a little look back in the corner at the bottom.
You know what that says to me, Brian? That Dube's starting to feel a little bit better. Let's see if he can hold off the charge now, because Morgan's going to make this thing interesting. He's definitely the danger man. Look at Juan, the gas, though. Not following, though, Brian. He's not following.
You can see Juan look right over at Dube as he came in on him. Always kind of taking different, like crisscrossing. Morgan's just soaking it all in.
Dube's getting squirrely in the woods. Look at Morgan up the middle with a big pass. Does he have Juan? You better believe he does. 2 positions in about 10 feet.
It's a good thing Morgan was not following there. He was right in between those riders. The door opened. He took it. Great move for Blair.
Boy, Blair Morgan is an opportunistic guy. Coming into the whoops, detail the pass, Brian.
Dube jumps in really far, but look how far Morgan jumps in there. Just awesome. Here we go. Dube's getting off sideways. Juan's getting off sideways. Juan actually almost swaps into Morgan. Look at that. He's got to kind of correct his positioning. Blair holds his line and just hits it on that beautiful kind of left hand off camera.
Did you see the way, though, that he worked himself into the line that Juan was going to take, and Juan had to slow down. He did a fantastic job. Juan did not run into Blair Morgan at the end of the whoops. Excellent job. Pacific Yamaha going through whoops with Pedersen and Access.
Access getting really creative, using some obscure lines. Look at this. Juan not being charged around by the mechanics area. High speed downhill into the big step up.
Takes first place away from Morgan. Looks like he forced him high coming down to the pole. I can't believe how rough it is through that straightaway there, Brian.
It's really choppy. It's a different kind of rough. It's a real chop out there. It's not like big woods per se, but very choppy, and those ruts make it so difficult to, you know, stay upright, let alone race.
Well, that's exactly it. Once you get into one of those lines, you got to stay in that, and that's exactly what happened there. Looks like Morgan bobbled a little bit as we got Treadwell and DeHaan battling it out for fourth place.
They're no strangers to one another. Those guys go hard, moto in, moto out. Israel, bits and pieces falling off. That was his crossbar pad. He actually had a bad crash there earlier.
Look at him battling hard with Jamie Bird. Nice to see young Jamie Bird up in the mix.
Bird's doing well this though. He's staying upright. That's what these guys got to do. You can't move forward when you're crashing, so really important for these guys to get that out of their head. Stay on the motorcycle.
Through the FMF off camber. Waugh still up in front of Morgan, but you know what? Blair Morgan is not giving up the ghost. He is on the gas in a big way. Looks like Treadwell and them moving up on Hagstep.
This is the battle for 6th place. Hagstep's been solid throughout practice. Looks over. I don't know if that's good or bad. It is bad for Hagstep as he watches Iron Mike take 6th place off of him.
Well, it's interesting to see those lines there, Brian. If you don't get on the inside, you have to take that outside one because it's so rough. With Dube coming through that straightaway in 3rd place, you know, one miscalculation in there and you're going down.
Oh yeah, Dube rock solid though in 3rd. There's DeHaan now mounting something on Hagstep, and he passes him. Hagstep's all over the place, and DeHaan swaps, still makes the pass.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. That whoop section is so long. As we get back to the leaders, look at this Waugh coming through. They're lapping Jeremiah Israel.
Yeah.
Let's see the lines they take coming inside. Waugh on the inside. Look at Morgan cross over and take that line away from him and move into 1st place. What a pass.
What an awesome pass for Morgan. Just set him up. It just took the line away. Waugh had nothing to do there. Morgan is so aggressive. We see these guys race all the time. As Factory Phil now, he passes Dube. Factory Phil flowing, just awesome on this track. This is what we want to see. We had such expectations from Phil. He's starting to deliver.
Well, and we knew how fast it was for whoops yesterday. We saw him and we talked about him in our opening. Lightning fast, moves into 3rd place past Dube.
Yeah, he's been suffering from tendinitis, so for him to overcome that is great. It takes a lot of mental strength. Oh, DeHaan, look at that section into the big steep drop away. DeHaan solid out there today.
There's young Julian Cerny, the KTM pilot, having some problems through the straightaway. We talked about how rough it's getting. Back we are with Pedersen, and Lance Smale with a line. Takes them right away from Pedersen.
Smale, the fly in the ointment. He's always a threat on any given day. Much like Dube, you never know what to expect from these guys. We're going to go trackside with Adam Robinson and our man Galdi.
The machine racing team had a big loss this week with Chuck Mezzi, but Phil Lawrence is definitely picking up the slack this weekend.
Yeah, Phil's having a good ride so far. He's come back from a little bit of an injury, took some time off, got healed up, so I think things are going to be good.
He just went down, we've seen there. Do you think his arm's bugging him?
I don't know. He's, you know, in practice yesterday, he said it's feeling okay, so I think he just may have slid out a little bit. We'll just have to see what happens.
I hope it works out, too.
Thanks.
John Nelson in the machine, happy to see Lawrence back up in the mix when we get back to the woods. Looks like DeHaan's got a line on Treadwell. Look at the line for Dougie DeHaan. Nice work for him.
DeHaan a little sideways makes it work for him. Him and Treadwell, no stranger to one another yet again. DeHaan takes it back.
Look at this Dusty Cloud almost running into the cameraman. He's got some issues. Grass all over the place. Get back to the steps down. Wide Morgan. Morgan still out in front.
This is the Ward Morgan show. They've lapped up to 8th place mark. They just sliced and diced their way right through this field. Really unbelievable.
Well, look at the line choices. Very interesting. Sometimes following. Most of the time not, though, because if Wall wants to get by Morgan, he can't follow. See him on the inside. Pedersen's got to go wide and let these guys by. Side by side, bar to bar. Brian, look at this racing.
This is spectacular. You can see Waugh finding the traction with his front wheel there. He finds traction where nobody else can. I can't believe some of the lines he can maintain.
Look at him getting squirrely through the whoop, so Morgan with a nice line through there.
Everyone seems to be getting squirrely through there. I think when you get it right, it's almost luck. The dancing around, but these riders are so in control. Even when their bikes deviate a bit, they're still holding the gas on. They're coming around, they're lapping these guys like there's no tomorrow. Factory Phil, look at the style. Phil is a big man. He can really push that bike around.
Yeah, he looked great coming over that tabletop, that step up. Okay, back to the boys in first place. Morgan out in front of Waugh as they come into the whoops. Waugh with that inside line. Okay, now we know how fast Morgan is moving. Now he gets a little squirrely. Look at Jean-Sebastien on the gas. Does he have him? Takes first place with a great pass.
Terrific job for Morgan. What I want to add because as these motos wind down, the suspensions get really hot. You see them at the start of the race just tracking real true. Towards the end of the moto, they're swamping a bit. These shock absorbers get so red hot. Look at this, they're side by side, handlebar to handlebar. Through the mechanics area again. Look at the run. Look at Morgan, look at Waugh. Unreal.
Okay, here we go again, going into that corner. Morgan squares off. Does he have him? Oh, what a pass. He took it away from Waugh again.
Morgan passed Waugh there twice, a little more aggressive that time. There was nobody there to interfere. No Israel, no nobody. Morgan goes right for him. Oh, here it is. Look at this in slow-mo. Coming around, Morgan skips the rut, comes up right beside him into the wheelie position with the gas on. Look at this, absolutely grip to grip coming down there.
Well, it's amazing how close they were. You're right, Brian, with how rough it is. They didn't click handlebars and go
Here's
down.
where it all
But
happens.
did you see Morgan get on the
That's where it all
gas?
happens, right there. See that move? Waugh goes a little wide, has to actually let off the gas a bit. Morgan bringing that aggressive snowgrass style of motocross. Just, that guy is, he is the Superman. Says so right on his pants.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. On his final approach, number 2, Blair Morgan on that 4 Blackfoot Honda Canada CR250 taking the checkered flag. This guy's got to be on top of the world. That's exactly what he needed with the big moto win.
Blair Morgan with the ride of his life. Teammate Waugh second. Marco Dube hangs tough for third. Stay tuned. Coming back with it.
All right, Blair, first off, awesome ride. That is the Blair from the old, definitely. You and Jean-Sebastien put on a show. You guys were up 30 seconds ahead of everybody. You mentioned yesterday that you needed some guys to get in between you, but you definitely got those 3 points you needed.
Yeah, it helps every bit, I guess. I want to go out there and just win some races, you know. I just feel really good right now. Bikes are working awesome. The Honda Canada, Blackfoot, Michelin, TMR bikes are awesome. And yeah, it's difficult out there. It's really muggy and humid, and track's really wet and ruddy, so it's pretty difficult out there.
Castro leaderboard after the first 250 moto. Morgan and Waugh, no kidding. How about Dube steals third from Lawrence? Lawrence crashes on the last lap. What about Hagseth crashes back to 10th?
Marco, once again, the whole shot. Good start for you. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, I had a great start. I was there, but I got hump on right away. I don't know. I feel pretty tight up there in the pre-lap. I kind of crashed and tweaked my wrist again. I was sore. I don't know. You know, it's frustrating a little bit when guys like that pass me in JSR and Morgan, and you know they pass me in the same loop section. And you know, trying to hang on up there and try to do my best for my